Hello, everyone. Jacquie Edwards here. I am, about 13 minutes late. I said I would be on at 1 o'clock, and well, things have just run away with me a little bit today, which it kind of fits in a little bit of what I wanted to talk about, which my main topic today is rent to rent really passive? Now, this is a little bit of foreshadowing for what I am going to be off and having fun over the next 6 weeks. I'm sure most of you that follow my page regularly um, will have seen that I am getting married soon and I'm heading off on holiday. So I'm actually going to be away from my business for 6 weeks altogether, um, which means that, yes, in a way, rent to rent is really reasonably passive, but I don't really like to use the terms passive. Passive income to me, I think it's a little bit misleading. Now, especially when it comes to property. So I know a lot of people are really, really out there looking for that passive income and really, really wanting passive income. And that's like the goal for most people and for most things that we're doing here. And I think that I have achieved that in some measure, but there are always things that I need to be involved in my business because I am a business owner. Now I own or I have run multiple businesses. And there are things I have to be involved in. Now that involvement is not, full-time, day-to-day running management inside the business, constantly doing. I like to think I've got that kind of freedom. So I've got the flexibility to be able to really set my life up the way that I want it to be. And that's what rent to rent has given me. So I don't see it as having given me like a completely passive income because I do still spend up to about 10 hours a week in my property business or kind of managing my property business and managing my team. And I think this is how most property businesses are going to be, and anybody that says their income is completely passive, they see passive income slightly differently because as a business owner, whether all of your properties are managed by agents, you still have to manage those agents. You still have to, manage your bookkeeping and your finance from time to time. So you still have to stay plugged in to what's happening around you. And that might just be 1 or 2 meetings a week, just catching up with your team, your bookkeeper, your finance person, whatever it is, but you still have to have your finger on the pulse. So being able to say, I'm completely hands-free and don't have to do anything is just not really realistic. But I do have that freedom and the flexibility to pretty much be able to do that from anywhere. So I'm going to be in the US for 6 weeks and my business will continue to run without me. My team will run without me. I will have to, have some meetings with them, check in with them from time to time, answer their questions to make sure things are on track. But for the most part, I won't be involved in the daily drama of new tenants moving in and out, writing contracts, doing referencing, answering tenant questions, dealing with maintenance. I won't have to do those things. So in that sense of the word, my income is quite passive because it's coming to me without having to do much. So yeah, those are my thoughts on passive income and financial freedom. So I think there's a difference in the terminology, and just be careful what you're using and what you're thinking. So I've got financial freedom, I've got flexibility. I can do what I do from anywhere in the world. So in that way, my rent to rent business really, really does work for me. Even like today, so I said I've been running late for this video. It's because I was in London for the morning. So again, I was able to go to London. We had somebody doing a gas meter change. We've had referencing going through, we've had people reserving rooms without me being there doing all of that. And again, got tenants reporting maintenance issues. All of those things are happening. Our brand new house is getting up and running. The cleaners are at the house right now. All of that is happening without me being there. I was able to pop into London, do what I needed to do in London, and a little bit of shopping while I was there, and pop back to Oxford. And I had the time freedom to be able to do that. I also had the funds to be able to take a first class train because I left during peak hours and I didn't want to have to be fighting for a seat with people. So I went first class to London, which, oh my God, you could buy a flight to Europe for the price that I paid for a first class ticket for 45 minutes train ride to London and back. But anyways, we won't go there. But the thing is my rent to rent business allows me to do that so that I can fund that trip. I can travel in comfort. I can take the day, I can take the morning to be able to do errands like that whenever I need to. So hopefully that's kind of given you some things to think about when you're thinking about what it is you want from your rent to rent business. Is it passive income where you're completely hands off and you never have to look at your business again? Because if it's that, then I think you're kind of on the wrong track. Because even if you've got a really great team, you still need to be involved and you still need to just check in and make sure things are going, because nobody's going to care about your business as much as you do. So while your team can be awesome and they can be running things and managing things really well, you still need to have your finger on the pulse, whether, usually it's by measuring KPIs. So having some kind of a weekly, monthly report and a rhythm of review so that you know that things are going the way you want them to go. Because I've seen so many people basically give up their power, where you think, I've hired this amazing person, I'm just going to let them take care of everything and I'll go off and do my own thing and have this great passive income. And at some point, it does all eventually come crumbling down, where, that person you hired, because they don't have that set structure, they don't have those goals, they don't have that accountability, and they don't have the love and drive for your business as you do. They don't have the bigger vision that you have. They need that from you. So as the business owner, you are there to present them with the bigger vision and the kind of goals and the structure to move forward in. So if they don't have that, then things will eventually fall apart, because, they don't know exactly what they need to be doing. That's why they're not a business owner, they're an employee. So there are people that's what they want to do. They might be a really, really awesome employee, but they need that input from you as to how to kind of monitor themselves, review what they're doing, and how to have those goals so that they know where they're going. And that is your job as the business owner. So for me, that is passive enough. I can give the vision for my company. I can give the vision for my team. I can give them that structure that they're looking for and that they need to keep moving forward and do things well, without that really taking up lots of my time, and with that making me able to do that from anywhere in the world. So have a think of what your real goals are around setting up your rent-to-rent business, or setting up any property business or any other business that you've got. What are your goals? And make sure you're realistic as to what you'll be able to set up as, passive or financial freedom wise. So thank you. Oh, that was a bit awkward. So excuse me. So thank you very much for joining me here today. I will be back next week for my very last live video before I head off for 6 weeks. So then you won't hear from me again until November. So thank you so much for joining me. I'll make sure that there's some fun stuff for you to watch and some recaps that I'll post up through kind of the end of September and October. But I will see you again next week. Thank you.